Hey guys, before we get into the video, I want to let you know I'm doing commissions now. That's right, that means I'm doing drawings for you. If you guys want me to do a drawing for you, like you and Timmy Turner granting somebody a wish, or you and Danny Phantom fighting like 10 ghosts, or maybe drawing one of your characters, anything else, a Marvel character, any comic book character of any kind, anything you want me to draw, let me know, and just click the link down below in the description. That's right, doing drawings for you. Hey art fans, Butch Hartman here. Celebrities, we all love them, we all see them, we see their big pictures up on the billboards, you see their movie posters, they look amazing. But you know what? They don't always start off that way. Sometimes they get a picture taken, it's not that good looking, they gotta have it improved through the wonder of Photoshop. So what I'm gonna do is demonstrate to you how that's done. I'm gonna take beautiful Hollywood celebrities and make them even more beautiful through the wonders of my Apple Pencil, my amazing iPad, this awesome program that I work with, and do some celebrity Photoshop fixing. Here we go. First up, Robert Downey Jr. Let's take a picture of Robert Downey Jr. here. Oh, look at that. He looks kind of sad. He's a good looking guy. What's up, Robert? What is wrong with Robert Downey Jr.? I think I can make him look better. Just a couple little touch-ups. I'm just gonna like move the corners of his mouth up, maybe fix his eyes a little bit, and we'll see how this comes out. Okay, so here we go. I'll just turn up the corners of his mouth just a little bit. There we go. And we'll just kind of color his mouth in like this. And let's give him some teeth. Now, doesn't he look happier already? I'm feeling happier already. He's a happier Robert. I'm so excited. So now I gotta kind of redo his eyes a little bit. Let's kind of touch up his eyes just a little bit here. So loving this. How about some yellow? Make some yellow. This is kind of fun. Because I think yellow is the color of sunshine. And I think his eyes need to be sunshine. Look how much more cheery he looks. I think some eyebrows now. Let's get the eyebrows going. No, that's kind of an angry eyebrow. Let's give him like a happier eyebrow over here. So he's kind of clean shaven in this picture, but I'm used to that Tony Stark look, you know. Let's give him kind of like a goatee or something. But let's make the goatee a different color. How about that? Let's do this. Let's make it kind of a red, like a bright red. I think, you know, I can already hear the phone call from Robert Downey Jr. Butch, thanks. There we go. Oh, this is genius. This is great looking. Gosh, I would be very excited about this if I was Robert Downey Jr. Loving the beard, loving the beard. I think I'm gonna change the rest of his hair to red. I'm gonna try that too. It's funny when you do something this genius. I can't believe someone didn't jump on this idea before me. Now, who wouldn't love that? You know what I think I need to do to cement the fact that he's feeling great? I'm gonna just give him a thumbs up, like he's all excited. There he is, giving the thumbs up. Hey man, I'm Iron Man, and I look great. But you know what? I need to look at it with untainted eyes. I've been kind of close to it. I need to look away and then look back at it, just like with a fresh mind. Okay, I'm gonna turn around and turn back. Oh my gosh, that looks great. That's amazing. We should use this on the first Iron Man poster. Oh, look what we have here. We have Scarlett Johansson. Well, well. Doesn't need much improvement, actually. There's just a couple little things I want to do. Just a tweak. Just a tweak. Just a kind of a nudge. Kind of a little, kind of a small, a little, a teensy, just a touch. She has very short hair in this picture, and last time I saw her in a movie, she had long hair. People really like her with sort of, you know, the reddish brown hair that she has, but I think what I'm gonna do is give her like just some bright pink hair. There we go. Oh, there you go. That's what I'm talking about. Again, she has a beautiful face. I'm not gonna mess with her face at all. I think the hair, we've improved the hair, I think, hugely. So you know what else? I want to put her in her Black Widow costume. You know, I don't think I can fit it under here. Here's what I'll do. I know what I'll do. Calm down, relax. Uncle Butch is here. Don't panic. Yes, we'll just paint that out. We'll just paint that out a little bit. Just a touch. Just, you don't want to touch it too much. We'll draw the Black Widow costume, and then I'll have her hand over here, and she could be holding like, what does she hold? What does Black Widow hold? Well, I know what she holds. She holds a candy cane. And this other hand, which is over here, you know what it holds? Holds a balloon. See, that's probably a weapon of hers now, the candy cane. Maybe she fights crime at Christmas. I think the balloon is her ultimate weapon. There we go. Now let's put some stripes on the candy cane, and you know what? We have a drawing that's good for summer and Christmas, and that's all I'm saying. That like any Avenger drawing should be. Wow, there it is. Now that is intimidating. That should have been her new look in the Infinity War movie. Next up is Mr. Chadwick Boseman, Black Panther himself. Now, Black Panther, one of the highest grossing movies of all time. I think it goes Star Wars, Avatar, Fairly Odd Parents, Grow Up Timmy Turner, Black Panther. I think that's the order of success in the movies. But anyway, I've been contracted by Party City. They're a huge costume company. They have like all these party favors. They've asked me to come up with a Black Panther costume that kids can wear at Halloween. If you look at the Black Panther costume, it's pretty complicated. It's kind of involved, and a lot of kids probably can't afford the costume. It's cat-based, but I'm gonna try and make a simpler version of the Black Panther costume for kids, just so they can, they can enjoy being Black Panther at Halloween. And for the Party City brand new Black Panther costume, who better to model the new Black Panther costume than Chadwick Boseman, Black Panther himself, right? Do you see the genius here? A little cat nose. I think we do maybe some cat eyes here. I think cats are really sweet when they have pink little noses. There we go. See, that's a cute kitty. What? Black Panther? Oh, see, what I like about the Gold Panther is like it stands out from the Black Panther costume. You can see this costume at night. So when you're walking around Halloween, cars won't hit you. Yeah, let's see, I think some whiskers. Cats gotta have whiskers, right? You guys, this totally says Black Panther. I think there's one thing missing though. I think cats have like long pointy teeth. Maybe we'll give them like some cat teeth. I kind of want to cry over this one. Black Panther coming to a Party City at a strip mall near you. Next up is Mr. Chris Pratt. That's right, Star-Lord himself. Now, how do you improve on Star-Lord? I mean, come on, dude. The dude's great looking. He's funny. He's on top of the world. Jurassic World, Jurassic Park, Jurassic. He's on everything Jurassic. Good for Chris Pratt. No, I'm not jealous. I'm not jealous. So, Chris Pratt, how do you improve on this guy? He looks great. He's a little surprised. I think. What's he surprised about? You know what I think I'm going to do? I'm not going to really mess with his face too much, but I have an idea. I have an idea here. Now, just go with me on this. Maybe I can give him like kind of a sandwich. I think he's kind of hungry. What we have to do here is feed Chris Pratt. This is called Feed Chris Pratt. He's had an exhausting day at Comic-Con. Where did he get the sandwich? I mean, who knows? Pretty healthy guy, right? Let's put some lettuce on here on the sandwich. I am improving things. And how about this? How about a big flag? This is a flag, and everyone should have one. And the flag says, of course, Butch Hartman rocks. There you go. Celebrity Photoshop improvements. I really think we have helped Hollywood immensely, and you as the paying audience. I think you're going to enjoy these movies a lot more knowing I've shown you a little bit behind the scenes magic. And you know what? Not everybody can do it. It's not that easy to do this, but you know, when you have talent, you can do anything. Okay, if you guys want to see all 4 of my drawings, here they are. They all look amazing. I think they look beautiful together. If you want to see these up close and personal, I'm going to be having a big exhibit this summer at the LA County Museum of Art, LACMA, and they're going to have all these drawings up. You can see all of them. Look for some details in the comment section down below. Hey art fans, thanks so much for tuning in this week. Alright, I know what you're thinking. The set looks different. Very good eye. The reason the set looks different, I had to move my set from one room to the other because they're doing a lot of construction on the Butch Hartman Fortress of Butchitude. We're adding another wing in. I've got my weapons room, I've got my submarine port, I've got my helipad, and now I'm adding on a time machine. It's a time tunnel, and I can just jump into time and change a lot of things that have gone wrong. So you're welcome, America and the rest of the world. All right, Black Panther's coming out. I'm psyched about that. It's getting great reviews already. I am pumped. I can't wait to see it. Oh, and look at this. I'm actually drawing a picture of Black Panther right now. Look at that. I just haven't colored it in yet. You can see that right there. I've got to color him in because you got to put all the black on his costume. But anyway, great character. Can't wait to see him. He's a very famous cat hero. There have been a lot of other famous cat characters throughout, the entertainment media landscape. And I thought it'd be cool to see what Black Panther would look like if you were to join those cats in their world. So here we go. Black Panther meeting other famous cats. Okay, the first style I want to try Black Panther in is sort of going to be a style he's kind of close to already. Thundercats, because Thundercats are like superhero cats, superhero lions and things like that. So I think he'd fit in great to that world. So let's check this out. What would he look like with the Thundercats? Thundercats. Okay, I was really looking forward to this one. I've never drawn the Thundercats before, ever. This is my first time ever drawing Lion-O. And the Thundercats came out when I was a bit older in my life. I was in my 20s, and I never really watched Thundercats as a cartoon. So drawing this pic, I really had to look up a lot of research on what they look like. It's pretty much just a straight up superhero drawing, which is cool because I get to draw Black Panther in his usual form as an awesome superhero. But still, a lot of challenges doing a drawing like this with two heroes side by side, making them both dynamic. A lot of inking goes into this. There's a lot of detail, on, especially on Lion-O, with his sword and his belt And his hair, especially that killer hair that he's got. I didn't realize till later on in the drawing that he actually has fangs. I had to erase his tooth line and put some fangs in there. And then coloring this one just took forever. I mean, the drawing here is being sped up, but it took like 2 hours to color this thing because it had to look really great. I really love the Thundercats. I really want to do a show like Thundercats someday, or like an action hero show on a different world. I think that would be a blast. And this is Black Panther if he was hanging out with the Thundercats. Did you like that drawing? You know what I thought? I thought that drawing was great! And that means I'm thinking of Tony the Tiger. He's a famous cat, right? Tony, tiger, cat, cereal, Frosted Flakes. Let's do this. Black Panther, Tony the Tiger. Okay, Tony the Tiger. I've never drawn him before. This is my very first attempt at drawing Tony the Tiger ever. And I love Tony the Tiger. I love all cereal characters. Well, a lot of them. I love, Tony the Tiger, Tukey and Sam, the Trix Rabbit, Sonny the Cuckoo Bird. That's 3 birds. Captain Crunch, Lucky the Leprechaun. I love all of them. And to be able to put Tony the Tiger next to Black Panther, how cool is that? And putting Black Panther in the Tony the Tiger style, I had to give Black Panther, of course, a red cereal bowl filled with, Frosted Flakes, because that's how I used to eat them every Saturday morning. So here we go. Black Panther meets Tony the Tiger. It's great! Okay, here's a different style completely than what we just did. This is a very famous cat character that's really for the younger audience. It's Hello Kitty. Black Panther meets Hello Kitty. What would that be like? Now, when drawing a character like Hello Kitty, she's deceptively simple. You think you have to add more detail than is actually there, because there's hardly anything about her. She's just eyes, no mouth, and just a little round kitty body. So transferring Black Panther into that style was challenging because he's so detailed, but it was a lot of fun. Well, let's try another one. A very famous cat character that says, "Flufferin' Fuckatash," Sylvester from Looney Tunes. Okay, Warner Brothers characters. I don't really usually draw a lot of Warner Brothers characters, Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck, Foghorn Leghorn, and I've never drawn Sylvester ever until just now. This is my first time drawing Sylvester. I guess this is a good video for me to do. A lot of cats I'm doing for the first time. So, drawing Sylvester, had a great time doing him and the object of his hunger, Tweety Pie, Tweety Bird, if you want to call him that, and then putting Black Panther basically in a Sylvester costume and just adding him into the Warner Brothers world. I think if Tweety Bird saw Black Panther sitting behind him with a fork, he would say like, I thought a pudding tat, and it was Black Panther. And then Sylvester would, of course, say, "Flufferin' Fuckatash." Okay, we did Tony the Tiger. Now let's do another famous tiger. I'm talking about, of course, Hobbs from Calvin and Hobbes. He wasn't ever animated, but he was in that amazingly famous comic strip, one of my favorite strips of all time. What if I did Hobbs as Black Panther, because he's a cat, and then Calvin as Captain America? Check it out. Okay, one of the all-time greats, Calvin and Hobbes. I can't say enough about this comic strip, how much it influenced me when it came out. Bill Watterson is just an incredible artist. He's the creator of the strip. What an amazing illustrator, draftsman. His watercolors were amazing, and I can only hope to capture a little bit of his style here. I thought it'd be kind of fun to do, Black Panther as Hobbs in a wagon with Calvin dressed like Captain America. Calvin used to dress up as a stupendous man in the comic strips. And what's great about Calvin and Hobbes, it was never an actual cartoon. It was just a comic strip, yet so much personality and stories came out of that one comic strip. So to be able to draw Calvin and Hobbes, even just for one drawing like this, is just a super awesome joy for me. There's like a giant dentist next to my office, and that's one giant tooth he's drilling over there. Okay, Black Panther is a very famous Panther character, but there's another very famous Panther out there a lot of people don't think about these days anymore, but I grew up with him. Well, I didn't grow up with him in my house, but I grew up watching him. I'm talking about, of course, the Pink Panther. What would that look like? All right, transferring Black Panther into the style of Pink Panther was easy, but it's really hard to draw Black Panther in different styles like this. Your mind goes to, I want to draw a superhero, but then you look at the style of the character you're trying to emulate, and you've got to draw him in that style. Having Black Panther in the Pink Panther style is very different. It's something I never thought I would do, and it's kind of interesting because, the Pink Panther doesn't speak, but Black Panther does speak on occasion. He's the strong silent type. I think they fit together pretty well. I just don't know how well the Pink Panther would fit in with the Avengers. Okay, let's see what would happen if Black Panther met one of the most famous cat characters of all time. He didn't say much when he was first on screen, but he left a very big impression. I'm talking about, of course, Hanna-Barbera's famous Tom and Jerry. This is Tom. Check it out. Now, Tom and Jerry was one of the first cartoons I ever remember really falling in love with. And what's great about these cartoons is they're completely told through pantomime for the most part. There's a couple episodes where there are talking characters in there. But Tom and Jerry, at least in the original cartoons, never spoke. And it was just awesome. The physicality, the comedy. There was some great storytelling in those comics. And to be able to put Black Panther in a Tom and Jerry cartoon is so cool. I mean, I've never really drawn Tom and Jerry that much. I think I've drawn them twice before when I used to work at Hanna-Barbera. But to do them now in full color with Black Panther and to put him in their style is awesome. Because Hanna-Barbera, the guys who created Tom and Jerry, really influenced my entire career. Alright, so I've saved the most famous cat character. Arguably, there's some other famous ones, but this one I think is pretty famous. He's everywhere. He started off in comic strips, got into cartoons, did a couple of movies, never lost any weight. You've seen him on tons of merchandise. Those of you younger people might not know this cat as well as I do, but just look around, you'll find him. And I wonder if Black Panther likes lasagna. Let's see what he would do if he hung out with Garfield. Now, there's one cat I had to include in a cat video with Black Panther, and that, of course, is probably one of the world's most famous cartoon cats, Garfield. Loved Garfield ever since he came out as a comic strip character. Huge fan of the art style. He's been around for so long. There's so many things Garfield's a part of. As I was sitting here thinking, it's so hard to think of Black Panther drawn in this style, like putting a belly on him and making him look like he just ate a huge plate of lasagna like Garfield probably did. I had to put Garfield's owner, John, in the drawing, looking as disappointed in Black Panther as he would be in Garfield, like Black Panther. Really, this is what's become of you. This is what you do with your life. You copy this guy. Being able to draw Garfield was such a blast. So here is Black Panther if he were hanging out with Garfield.
Don't touch the button.
I am Groot.
Okay, there you go. Rocket Raccoon and Baby Groot animated. Hey, don't push the button. That was me.
I am Groot.
Anyway. Okay, so really enjoyed making that, but you know what? I really want to see what the other characters from Guardians would look like if they were cartoons. So here's a few of them. Check it out. Okay, Rocket, Raccoon, and Groot. I love drawing these guys. I've always loved Rocket Raccoon ever since I saw him in the comic book Guardians of the Galaxy. When the comic came out, I didn't really know what to make of the comic. I thought it was cool, thought it was interesting, but I never really bought one. And I gotta be honest, it wasn't until the movie came out that I started really falling in love with these characters. And I love Groot. I think it's great. He says 3 words only, and even though he was obliterated in the last movie, he comes back as a baby in this movie. It's just and he's still powerful, which I think is great, because he has these really cool plant powers like Swamp Thing, which is another character I like. Anyway, Rocket, Raccoon, and Groot, I couldn't just draw one pose of them. I had to draw them in another scene, only because their relationship is so great. And what's cool about this one is Rocket has got to be kind of like Groot's big brother. He was his big brother, I guess, in the first movie, but in this movie he's kind of like his dad because he's like raising a baby. So Baby Groot with the
I am Groot. I am Groot.
And the little voice is just so killer. And I couldn't stop at just one scene. And I decided to animate this scene at the beginning of the video. You'll see that. And I just thought it was a blast. And again, drawing these guys is great. And you look online, there's a million drawings of how Rocket can be drawn. But this is my style, so Rocket and Groot. Drax, what can I say about him? He's big, he's awesome, and again, a million different ways to draw him, and this was just the version I chose. The interesting thing is I have a space show that I was developing years ago before Guardians ever came out, and I had a villain in it named Drax, which of course I can't use now because Drax is obviously more famous than my Drax. But here's one pose of Drax, and here's another pose, more of a full body of Drax. Again, just such a cool character and really fun to draw. Real easy to draw because there's not a lot of clothing involved, but it's the designs on his body that are really cool and can be very interesting. All right, Gamora. And had a lot of fun doing her too. Again, the alien skin, tons of hair. Coloring this picture was a lot of fun because you kind of got to go with the My Little Pony colors, I think, on her because of the pinks and the greens. And I think making her a cartoon character would be a blast. I mean, I could see her just really... I don't see a fight with her and Black Widow. I think that'd be kind of cool, because she just is a real tough girl. And, again, very slick. Very cool to cosplay Gamora, too. I see a lot of Gamoras walking around comic conventions. Not that I go to a ton of comic conventions. I have a life, people. I have a life. I don't go to all the comic conventions, but when I do go, I see these costumes, and very cool. So here we go, Gamora. Okay, next up is Nebula, and I really enjoyed drawing Nebula I think she looks pretty cool, but I gotta be honest, wasn't one of my favorite characters in the movie. I thought she was a little boring. I thought she could have been a lot more malicious. I think her body could have done more because it's robotic. I think they could have done more with that. But again, there's so many effects going on in the movie, you don't really know. But she's a blast to draw, and here she is, Gamora's evil sister, Nebula. Both daughters of Thanos. I mean, if Thanos is your dad, you know, imagine him driving you to school. So let's say you're Thanos' daughter, you're in the school play, and, you know, your dad comes to the play and scares the heck out of the whole audience, or kills them. And so that would be kind of embarrassing. I could see why she has some major daddy issues growing up. And now we're moving on to Yondu, and I gotta say, Yondu is a great character, a great villain. I love the fact he's played by Michael Rooker, one of my favorite movie actors. He's been in tons of movies, and what really stood out to me with his yellow teeth, so I really wanted to capitalize on the yellow teeth. And but Yondu's a blast to draw. He's an alien, which is killer, and he's always angry, very tough looking, and it's just a lot of fun to draw. And I included his really cool arrow weapon. I don't even know what it's called. There must be some cool name for it. It's got to have some name that I, of course, am not geeky enough to know. Hopefully some super geeks out there can tell me what it is. Please educate me on what Yondu's arrow is called, but this is Yondu. Okay, and last but not least is Mr. Chris Pratt himself, Peter Quill. Now this doesn't look like Chris Pratt very much, but if I were to do a Guardians cartoon, this is, you know, one example of what Peter Quill would look like. He's the hero, gotta give him a Chris Pratt hair color and sort of a wise guy look on his face. Very, you know, ready for action. I really like Star-Lord's costume. I thought it was a great costume. And for those of us nerds who want to cosplay this, probably a pretty easy costume to pull off. But again, the coat is pretty epic. I like the coat's epic. And the one thing you have to include when you draw Peter Quill as Star-Lord is the mask. And so here, I had to draw one of Star-Lord with his mask on. That to me is one of my all-time favorite comic movie character pieces of costuming is that mask. I love the mask. And it's pretty detailed too, and so it was a lot of fun to draw. And I just wanted to draw Star-Lord here in a really cool action pose. I think I was having too much fun with this video as I was drawing these characters, but I just love Chris Pratt's portrayal of this character. I think because of him and all the other actors, they really brought the movie to life, and it just was one of my favorite movies when it came out. Really looking forward to the sequel. And here he is, Peter Quill, Chris Pratt as Star-Lord in the Butch Hartman style. Alright gang, Guardians of the Galaxy as cartoon characters. Any other Marvel characters you want to see me draw? I don't know. Spider-Man Homecoming is coming out in July. Thor Ragnarok's coming out in November. Defenders on Netflix. Let me know in the comment section below. Okay, and since this week is kind of alien themed, I'm going to draw on the big whiteboard one of my favorite aliens suggested by Janet, Mark Chang from the Fairly OddParents. Here we go. Hey Heart fans, subscribe here to keep up with me, Danny, Timmy, Dudley, Bunsen, and the NOOG Network, my new app full of cartoons, shows, and games. Download it here. Click over here to watch my most recent video, and here to start a playlist related to this video. Whoa, check out that awesome fan art. To be featured here, use hashtag HeartFanArt and tag me. I'm on every social media platform known to man. Cartoon Butch out. Pencil drop.